cover your butt.
Hello everybody and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show where we take a subject and we go deeper. How is everybody doing? Hello to everyone. Yeah, the music kind of died. That was my bad. That was my bad. I left it going without turning off the things and stuff. We're getting better at it, but we have new music. It's great. Hello chat. Hello. We have a couple new people. Oh, someone new. Hello, Deep State Raccoon. How are you going? I don't know if you've been here before or not. Hello, Blueigi. Blueigi. I can't pronounce things, even though I say hi like every goddamn time. I still can't. Hey, Richard. Hey, Elvin. Hey, Fino. I saw Jared. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having themselves a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Oh, you have been? All right. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible individual. So I hope. Oh shit! I forgot the video for the day. Ha ha! Hey Bob. I am all sorts of a mess. I hope everyone's having a great St. Patrick's Day and everyone is having a wonderful, just, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day. Go culturally appropriate St. Patrick's Day and, you know, sushi and Guinness. I already had a Guinness today because my wife wanted a Guinness, so we had a Guinness today, and it was pretty good. There is no secret word today. It kind of dropped out of being a secret word. Like, people didn't seem to care, so I kind of stopped doing it. But I can maybe throw it in there every once in a while. Maybe we'll have one after the break when I have some time to sit around and mess around with Nightbot. I wish you'd wish you celebrate. You can always celebrate St. Patrick's Day by yourself. No one is stopping you from getting yourself a pint of Guinness and playing some Dropkick Murphys and getting drunk. Like, nothing at all. So feel free to celebrate whenever you want. Sometimes it is difficult to get the word, it's true. 2,000 subscriber hangout next week if you get the number. Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't planning on much. Yeah, I know, the disappointment, it is awful. Next week, I don't know what the plan is for next week. I think next week's stream should be on a Sunday. Yeah, Gaelic Storm. Yeah, see, there's plenty. Just listen to some good Irish music with a Guinness, and you're fine. It doesn't even have to be a Guinness. Just drink a beer. You're good. Hello, Sewer Tapes. Nice to see you. So, you know, too many live streams right now. I know there are too many live streams right now. It's Saturday evening is a popular time for this, which is usually why I don't. Which is usually why I have them on the other days. The other days whose names I can't remember. Sunday, which is what I usually have it on Sunday. So, but you know, we change and stuff. So, we will get moving right along because let's see, do we have housekeeping? I don't know. I don't think we do. I honestly don't think we do have housekeeping. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. I've been actually pretty lame about celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year. I had a lot of tea. I did tea a lot. So, yeah. Oh yes. Quantum Eraser was on Oakley's channel last night, which is actually what we're gonna watch today. Today's video is thanks to Nathan Oakley inviting him onto his channel. So I figured we could watch it. You know, it's Quantum Eraser. He's always up for some shits and giggles with him. Irish whiskey. So unfortunately, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I got a beer of the week and I got a bourbon aged beer this time, and there was a whiskey one from the same brewery, and I went for the bourbon, and now I feel kind of stupid, and I should have gone for the whiskey, but I didn't, and now I feel just slightly dumb for doing it the wrong way. But what can you do? Let's see. So I don't think we have. Oh my goodness, I don't actually know which one of these videos is the video that we're gonna talk about today. Shit. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I got it. We figured it out. So yeah. Things and stuff. What else was there? There isn't much for housekeeping this week. Oh, my computer is dying. My computer did not like me opening up Quantum Eraser's video at all remotely. Did it like that? It did not. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. All right. Does not like Nathan Oakley's stupid face. Um, so no, there's not much housekeeping. We are doing pretty good on saving up for monies. My computer's trying to save me. Someone's got to. Someone's got to do it. So we are doing flat earth cameras, quantum crockery eraser. Yeah, God, he's the worst. That's why my PC hates me. I know. So the only housekeeping that I have is we're doing pretty good about saving money for potentially a sexy housekeeper than the sexy housekeeper that we have now. I'm still kind of trying to draw and see if I can get better at drawing, but you know, I have jobs and things, so it's not my main priority, but we are saving up money for that. I think we're getting close to the point where I might bring out sort of our options for a sexy housekeeper if we still want to do that. If we want to spend it on something else, the other things, she's too flat, we need 3D. Yeah, she's a little bit, yeah. I can see that. Does the wife approve of my sexy housekeeper? I think she approves about as well as she's going to approve of me drawing skimpily clad ladies all the time. You know, whatever. Get stick to draw one. Draw one. Oh no, that might be the oh, Micro's here just to tell us he's not gonna be here. Thank you, Micro. So yes, if we don't want to do, if we're okay with my sexy housekeeper or my horrible attempts at sexy housekeepers, because there will be others. The other thing that we could potentially is keep saving up money for, and that I've talked about in the past is, and I don't want to get everyone too excited, a camera, a better camera than my webcam, to either potentially have a cat camera that you can watch Hobbs on, or a camera for me, if you really want to watch me, which I don't know why you would. But that is another one. Is we could, but that would probably be a little bit more saving up. I don't actually know how much webcams cost though. So, and I'd have to do lighting, and that would be a pain in the ass. But that would be one thing that we could potentially save up for, and it'd be one thing that if we save up for, we would probably save up for. Is your cat an outdoor cat? No, he's an indoor cat. So yeah, thank you, Micro. We will have fun. So we have things that we can save up for, but can you put a camera on him at night? If he was an outdoor cat, that would be amazing. 40 to 300 bucks depending on what you want. All right. I mean, I don't want some crappy ass camera. That's the thing. Sexy housekeeper should only be wearing a maid hat and feather duster. That's it. I would, but I think YouTube disapproves of me doing that. So I doubt that's what it'll do. Microsoft Life Cam is $100. Okay. So I mean, right now I think we currently have saved somewhere around $130 is how sort of the R&D budget is at right now. With super chat and ad revenue and Patreon and all that awesome stuff. We're at about a budget of $130-ish, if I remember right. That's just off the top of my head. So, you know, it's somewhere in that range is what we could potentially do a camera for. We are getting close to 2,000 subscribers, really close to 2,000 subscribers. So we could potentially do a 2,000 subscriber special with like a cam. I don't know. You guys tell me. No one said you need to show the body. You could just draw the head in the shot. Wait. Gio's avatar is inappropriate. Good point. Yeah. So you know, we could. Okay. It sounds like this is something that people actually want, like, potentially done. So, okay. I will start looking at it. Live cam is the one that seems to be the one that people seem to be liking. So I'm gonna find a post-it note that is not on my desk, because I don't keep post-it notes on my desk like a normal person. Or I will just rewatch this video. I will rewatch this later and remember it. But okay, so that's it for housekeeping. I'm glad that we have sort of decided on what we would like to do with that. That is awesome. We will give that a try. And nope, that's not the button I wanted. Where is Beer of the Week at? Beer of the Week? Oh, there is Beer of the Week. All right, so Beer of the Week. Bam! All right, Beer of the Week this week is a tad bit special this week. At least it's special for me because I think it's a Just don't confuse when you're doing exams when you're doing longer and harder shows. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to be careful how I name my shows with a webcam available. Oh, jeez. Okay, so slightly, am I going to be on movie night? I don't know. I mean, or Hillel, is Hillel gonna be on movie night? Wasn't movie night last night? I don't even know. Let's see. Beer of the week this week is kind of special only because the place that I usually go shopping gives me a little, like, one of those punch card things, and when you get 12, when you buy like 12 like local brewery things, they get you you get like $13 off your next beer purchase. And so this one I got for free. So I decided to go onto the little bit more expensive side for this week's beer of the week. So this beer is like a $15 beer for like a 4-pack. So it's rather pricey, but I'm hoping it'll be worth it. R&D was the newest manager of the original FED when 100 years got to... Oh, hi, Ute. Hi, Ute. Yes. Hi. Yes, we're still on this. We're still... Yes, Ute. All right. Well, there goes my night. Movie night is this night. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully I'll get to watch it after all of this is done. That'd be awesome. Hopefully we'll get to... All right. So, we have ourselves a bourbon barrel-aged ale today, which is just amazing. So we have from Boulevard Brewing Company at 11.2 alcohol per volume, or whatever alcohol per volume, whatever the thing is. From Kansas City, Missouri. The Abbey-style quadruple is a dark, strong ale separated into oak bourbon barrels to age for various lengths of time, some for up to 3 years. Cherries are added to make up for the angel's share of beer lost during barrel aging. Selected barrels are blended for optimum flavor, warm and toasty with aromas of bourbon, oak, and vanilla. Bourbon Quad also retains a hint of tart cherry with caramel notes. So, this sounds amazing. I have become a big, huge fan of the bourbon whiskey barrel aged beers. They are the best. I'll leave you is fucking harmless. He's not gonna do shit. Yeah. Does Ute have videos? Does Ute have videos? If he does, we're gonna have to watch one of those. That would be amazing. I'm gonna have to remember that. So, that would be great. But yeah, he's fine. You just leave him alone. He's harmless. He's also a bit of a coward. He's been invited. I say ignore him, and then I pay attention to him. He's a bit of a coward. He was invited, obviously, onto FED when that was a thing. He was invited onto it all the time and never did it. Never went on. You're invited on to here to spew your nonsense if you like. Not tonight, but some other night if you want to. You're more than welcome to. I know you won't, because being a coward is like the flat earther's favorite hobby. So, hello, big brother, and I see P Mars is here. Hello, welcome to the stream. So we got beer of the week. Let's give it a taste, and we'll give it our rating. That is delicious. That is delicious. Oh my goodness. It is tart. It is almost that is good. Oh, that is good. Oh, that smell. Oh, it's very bourbony. This is gonna kick my ass too. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, that is more than a hearty recommendation coming from R&D. On the scale from 1 to 10, which is my grading scale that apparently I've come up with, where 1 is a Pabst Blue Ribbon and 10 is a beer that I have yet to find, and 5 is like a Guinness. This one's up there. This one is at I don't want to give it a 10. I really don't want to give it a 10. Every beer of the week kicks your ass. It does. This one's really gonna kick my ass though. What's the content in this one? This one's 11.2. So yeah. So 5 is the top rating. No, I will stick a Guinness as a 5, and Guinness is in the middle, especially American Guinness. I've never had a Guinness in like an actual Guinness because I haven't traveled to Europe. So if I ever go and have like a regular Guinness, I think it's a 9. I do think it's a 9, Richard. I think we're gonna have to go with a 9. I'm not sure I can call it a 10. I might be able to call it a 10 though. It is fucking delicious. It is so good. This is more than a hearty recommendation. I would more than, this is gonna be great. I have 3 more of these, and they're gonna be amazing. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, Ute. Stop by whenever you want. Yeah, so this is definitely a 9, if not a 10. It's a very hearty 9. You love Guinness? Guinness isn't bad. Like, don't get... Yeah, I know Ute's running away. I don't really care. No, this is tonight, Gio. We're doing the flip-flopping thing every week. So next week's will be on Sunday. Next week's will be on Sunday. So, so yes, Guinness is good. Like, don't get me wrong. Guinness isn't bad beer. But in the States, it's not good beer either. It's, Guinness in the States most of the time comes in a can or in a bottle. It's just not that great. You need to grab your Pantone charts. What is that? I don't know what that is. I wouldn't say that it's bad beer, but it's nowhere near as good as a lot of the other beers that I've had here. So, and I'm told that it's better out of the States, like when you can actually get it like on tap or whatnot. So, oh yes, okay, now I know what you're talking about. So, thank you, Gio, for joining us. Awesome, thank you. I know Micro stopped by to say hi. So American Guinnesses are at a 5, maybe a 6. I'll drink them if I go to a bar where I can actually get them. But you have to remember, the U.S. has a lot of crap beer too, so like 90% of beers in the States are gonna be under that 5. Like it's more of a my grading scale is more of a natural curve than anything else, where the middle is where it's the average, and this one is more the extraordinarily like savant beer. It is so good, and it's gonna kick my ass. So, yeah, so that's beer of the week for today. So, beer brat. Oh God, I want a beer brat now. I just had dinner too, but I still want a beer brat. I do. One of the things that I most certainly miss about living in Wisconsin is that Wisconsinites know how to do their brats, and I really, really miss. I really, really miss that. I really miss the good beer brats that you'd get out there. So, we have today the ever Sherry's. I think I didn't spell it wrong. I had to like double check when I saw that it said cherry. That it said cherry on it. But I think they meant sherry, like the liquor sherry, not like the fruit. Oh, hello, Roger Moore. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Gladly. Drew Goodman, thank you. Something happened. Nightbot, don't be a dick. Nightbot, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, Nightbot. Why are you being a dick, Nightbot? Oh, I'm sorry, Roger. Nightbot's a dick. I don't know why he's on here right now, because he's not really helping me. So, we have the always lovely Nathan Oakley, who isn't at all gonna shill himself out in the first like 5 minutes of this video. What's wrong with Emma Watson's chin? And then he is going to have a guest with him. He has Quantum Eraser on here. If you don't know who Quantum Eraser is, you are a very lucky individual. That is, you are very, very lucky that you have yet to have the privilege of encountering Quantum Eraser. Quantum Eraser, for the most part, sticks to trolling in chats rather than actually, you know, interacting on. He doesn't make videos. He doesn't go on to. He doesn't defend his points on streams. He is just sticks around to copy and pasting in his in comment section. That's it. That's all he does. Hello, Gravity, you fucking retard. That's a fucking awesome name. I love it. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, he's awful. Mostly because he's an arrogant idiot who thinks he's much smarter than he is. I've had the less joyous occasion that I've actually spoken to him in a chat, and it was the worst. It really was the worst to actually talk to him live and having to listen to him. However, even though that's been sort of the case, hello Javier Gonzalez, thank you for joining us. Even though that's been the case, I've invited him onto this show. I've invited him. I know Gio's invited him onto his channel, so he's more than welcome to actually come and defend his nonsense in a hangout, live. But he refuses. He's actually offered. He asked me to come onto my channel, and I said, yeah, sure, come on, why not? And then the moment that I said, yeah, sure, he entirely ran away from his own invitation onto my channel. That's the kind of person that we're dealing with him here. So I'm just gonna talk shit about him instead, and I don't even feel bad because he's had more than enough opportunities to defend himself. So I'm gonna talk shit about Quantum Eraser. Quantum Eraser and Cathexis is one of the grossest things to listen to. There's a lot of cock gobbling going on there. It's hard to listen to. So I don't blame people for not wanting to listen to that. There's a long comment by Roger Moore. Thanks, but my signal is a little right now, so I'm gonna be able to stay long. I won't start getting into these hangouts more. Gonna have to wait till better service. Well, thank you for stopping by anyway. Okay. All right, so here we go. I think we're gonna skip. I'm gonna skip the first little bit of this video because the first little bit of this video is pretty much Nathan Oakley shilling himself out. So Nathan Oakley's very much in the come donate to me and super chat me and become a patron to me because the only reason that I do this is for money and I have no integrity whatsoever. So we're not going to listen to that. We're just going to move on. Also, if you have extra money, you should feel free to become a patron. Super chat is on. Oh, good. Oh, so yes. So oh God, I hate this. So we have if you have, oh my goodness, yeah, hashtag super chat. Oh goodness. So no TW spoilers, please. Thanks in advance. TWD, what's TWD? Did I miss a thing somewhere? I probably missed a thing somewhere. 700 pounds a month is what Oakley said he earns. How much is that in real money? I feel like that's not a lot in real money. Oh, The Walking Dead. I've never really watched The Walking Dead. I played the game, the Telltale one, or yeah, right, Telltale games. I played that one. That one's good. 1650 about-ish. That's not an awful paycheck. I make more than that, but I have a real job. So you should go to Hangout and super chat the phrase "get the fucking job." 700 pounds. You're still not using real money, Gio. I want dollars. Dollars is the only real money. Which just seems to have it right. It's about 1,000. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good amount for doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it's not as much. I mean, I make the same amount. Or I never make the same. I make more than that, but I have a real job, so was gonna wait until it's over and binge watch it. Oh, binge watch the Walking Dead. All right, so in this video, we have. Oh God, I hate the way that he presents this stuff. Can we just before I love this. I love Quantum Eraser's presentations. And I say that with air quotes you can't see, because he is, god damn. One, he doesn't know how to present shit, right? Like, PowerPoint has existed for what? Like, how many goddamn years? How many decades? I shouldn't even say years. Like, we can measure PowerPoint in decades at this point. We can carbon date that shit. And yet, Quantum Eraser's method for giving a presentation is to use his email. No joke. This is his email. This is a message that he wrote this is he couldn't even use a word processor, right? Like I know, like, you couldn't even use Word, right? You couldn't even use like, you couldn't even use a fucking Google Docs. No. We had to fucking use email. Email was the choice for this presentation. Like, we live, Nightbot, don't be a dick. God damn you, Nightbot. Don't listen to Nightbot. Nightbot's being a dick. Don't listen to him. Hillel's. Don't follow Nightbot's, or don't follow Hillel's example, because Hillel can get away with anything until I like take it away from him. Nightbot is supposed to be a dick. That's true. Hello, Lee Pilling. How's it going? Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna have to tone down Nightbot, I think, pretty soon here. He's getting a little bit too big for his britches. Not bridges, britches. As pronouncing things is a thing that I do well. So yes, so we're gonna email our way. Nightbot's a snowflake. He's easily offended. It is very true. Oh goodness. So we're gonna. This format is the stupidest way. He also does this really funny thing that I love. I just love it, where Quantum Eraser writes like everything he writes is a fucking onomatopoeia. And it's hilarious. Like, when he wants to say something with emphasis, he literally bolds it and makes it bigger. And like he has all these, like, just look at the way that this one thing is written. Like, and you'll hear it, like, when he says the crocheting thing, because he's done this before. Crocheting is more scientific than these clowns combined, and he'll like actually, like, when he reads that section, he'll actually put it more emphasis. It's like, why? This is the whole. This, by the way, is the independent variable presentation. So we get to listen to the independent variable presentation, which is always just a blast. Oh God. And I don't know if I should spoil it. Maybe I will as we get further in, because we're not gonna watch. This is like 2 fucking hours long, or an hour. Yeah, it's like 2 hours long. We're not watching this whole thing. We'll watch like maybe a minute of it. So, and because we are spending like 15 minutes just criticizing the way that he types, which is probably the most interesting thing he'll have to say, is his typing. This is distracting. Like, this is awful. This is just the worst. Like, who was it? Who was it? Google. Google has Google presentations, which are going to be more like, they're going to be pretty. They're going to be way better to present something in than this fucking nonsense. Hello, Natalia Tujin. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. I saw someone else come in here. Exit Scam. Thank you. Yes, we have independent variable. John going to be talking to us today about the independent variables, because why not? He could use his phone and make a better video. He really could. Why is it in an email? I don't. Yeah. You could. There are so many methods. You honestly, like, you don't, like, in the day and age that we live in, you can make like decent YouTube videos using your goddamn phone. Most phones have some sort of either free or relatively cheap video editor on them. Obviously recording them is fairly easy. Like there's no fucking excuse for this kind of nonsense at all. You don't have to go like full out. You don't have to go, full out crazy. But there's no reason why email has to be your one method to trying to give a presentation. It is fucking silly as hell. Did the guy from the other stream ever take you up on my discussion? No, probably not. I've never heard anybody. I think that was Multi-Tom-Tom. He never does. Yeah, even you're right, Alvin. Even I can fucking make videos, right? Like, my stupid drunk ass can edit a video. Then there's absolutely no reason why somebody as high caliber as Quantum Eraser shouldn't be able to make a video, right? Yeah. Quantum Eraser Live, while frustrating, is rather he's not very good at thinking on his feet, so it's actually kind of it's very underwhelming. It's annoying. Like, don't get me wrong. Talking to him in person is annoying, but he's nowhere near my ass. He's nowhere near as surprisingly enough, he comes off smarter in in his email than he does in person. And even in his comments, he comes off sounding smarter. Because he really he's not. Might not be possible. Kiwi only debates PhD holders. He does. That is one of the reasons that he refuses to debate me. Of course. So when Quantum Eraser offered to come on, or asked to come on to my show, and I was like, Quantum Eraser's the word near my ass. Oh no. This already went south, god damn it. So when Quantum Eraser asked to come onto my channel and I said yes, one of his questions to me was like, well, how many subscribers do you have, and do you have a PhD? To which I was like, no, I don't have a fucking PhD. And you can check how many subscribers I have by just clicking on my channel. I don't know why you're asking me. To which I also retorted, how many do you have? How many PhDs do you have, Mr. Quantum Eraser? And his response, I shit you not, was, I don't have any officially, but I could easily test out of at least 5. Because Quantum Eraser, for whatever reason, thinks that you can actually test out of a PhD. That somehow there's a PhD test that somebody takes, and at the end of that PhD test, you are given a PhD, and that you can take this test that will let you actually that will let you actually test out of multiple PhDs at once. That is how Quantum Eraser thinks that PhDs work. That is the kind of person we are talking about here. He doesn't even understand the concept of a PhD, while he demands that other people have one before he debates one. It's just insane. Yeah, to get a PhD, all you need to do is take a 5,000 world multiple choice test. Yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do, right? You pay to take this 4-hour-long test, and if your score is high enough, they will just hand out PhDs left and right. It's got nothing to do with the amount of research that you have to do. It's got nothing to do with you actually having to write anything to get one. They just hand it to you. That's it. That's it. That's all you have to do, apparently. This is, oh my goodness. Alright, so since we're here, Christianity is more scientific than these clowns combined, but only But he only mentions one subject, crocheting. There's nothing to combine that with. No stream replay? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, there isn't. You're right. Sorry, Rob. In case you don't know, I turn off the DVR, the stream DVR thing, because if I do, then I can have the super efficient chat. So there's like 1 or 2 second delay between chat and me. So, and I like that better than I care about DVR. So I'd rather be able to talk to people live than be able to click back. But it'll get processed and whatnot in a bit. Okay, so he's claiming that astrophysics isn't a science. What planet is this guy from? Of course it is. Yeah. All right, so we will let him read the first sentence and then stop and then yell at him again. And then stop. We'll do that thing that we do here. Oh, you can't hear anything because I'm a silly goose who forgot to turn the audio back on. Whoops, it does. We'll go. Yes, I am a smart cookie.
In then. So let's start off with the pseudoscience pretender clowns. These guys right here. Paleontology, anthropology, archaeology, geology, evolutionary biology. Yeah, I'm still laughing. Theoretical physics, non-experimental, astrophysics, astronomy, and cosmology.
So, what do all of these science have in... Yeah, feel free to forget the audio again, I will. This thing's really quiet for me, but I think that's just it. Oh, that's just the fucking, quality of video that I have to work with. So what do all of these sciences have in common? And they have one very, very important thing in common, is that all of these sciences are entirely 100% incompatible with creationism and a flat earth. And that is why they are not real science. That is the only reason that Quantum Eraser will stick these sciences together and say that they are not real science. It's because they contradict the Bible. And that's it. That's the only reason. And if it weren't for that, he'd be right on board with these things. But they contradict the Bible, so they can't possibly be true. So, paleontology, anthropology, and archaeology. I don't even know how you can say that those aren't real. Geology, I know he'll explain a little bit. But yeah, that's it. They're not science just because they disagree with him. So we will get to this a little bit. All actual science is against flirt and creation. It's true. It's true. But some of them are more blatant, right? Like, he does Quantum Eraser. As you can see, oh, good. I'm glad that this. I'm glad that the recording things are gone, because now you can see. Oh goodness gracious! I am gonna burp very loudly. Okay, because now you can see that you can see all of Quantum Eraser's bookmarks on his Google Chrome, and they are amazing. All of his bookmarks are amazing, and we're gonna be assholes, and we're gonna go through them. He has Real Science Radio, which I am fairly certain is going to be a creationist site. We have Faith versus Science, Yahoo, because Yahoo always the best. Creation.com, and the Septuagint Bible. So he Quantum Eraser does subscribe to the Answers in Genesis creationist nonsense of what is it, operational science versus historical science. He does that thing where he says, one is real science and the other is not because it disagrees with me. Okay, that might actually, and I'm gonna stop because I just got distracted by my microphone. I am adding this because I know that we talked about a camera, but we might not do a camera. We might do. I need a hand thing, not a hand, arm. We need an arm for the thing. We need an arm for my microphone. So that might get bought before we buy a camera, but it's not like they cost very much. So, real. Yes, the real part is the important part about the science thing. I am certain, now I'm going to have to look it up in a bit, but I'm sure that has nothing to do at all with creationism at all. Why would it, right? Does it only use flat radiation, not wavy ones? Maybe. Oh, goodness. One just cannot choose science is real or not real. Yes, it's true. We can't. I mean, and arm thing. That is all me. No, but he's, all of these sciences are entirely incompatible, right? There's other sciences that one, can debatably say how anti-creationist other sciences are, but you can't. You can do some mental gymnastics and sort of make them work, but no, I am not armless. As you can see by my constant banging of my desk when I get super excited about that. So, and tangent again. So, quick tangent. My funny thing that my wife tells me is that when I get super, super excited, she says that I look like I'm having a stroke. So, if we get a camera, you'll get to see that. You'll get to see my super excited, like, hand fapping that I do. And you get to see me, like, look like I'm having a stroke because I'm super, super excited about things. That's a thing you'll get to look forward to. As you can see my hairy beat, yes. that is a very silly sentence I said there. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, and this, yep, that's the show for you. Hello, I'm sorry, Billy. I am entirely ignoring you by accident because I'm getting super excited about things. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. There was something else there. I look like a dolphin. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a tangent onto another tangent. I forgot what that other tangent was. Something about science. All right. Well, someone is always tipsy. Okay, speaking of which, we're gonna do this. All right, Mr. United for the Children, you are now a moderator. Welcome to being a moderator. You do not have a job. Your only job is to talk a whole lot, and now you don't have to worry about the talking limit that YouTube imposes on you. Otherwise, I don't really care what you do. Oh, there you go. So, yes, we'll listen to a little bit more of Quantum Eraser and see if he's got anything else to say.
Crocheting is more scientific than these clowns combined.
Also, maybe I should do it because he does his exact same presentation, and I say that with quote marks you can't see, every time, and he's got the same emphasis on the same syllables like every time, and it's hilarious. Like you could just take a recording of him doing this earlier and play it now, and then that'd be great. So, Copernicus Thinker, thank you for joining us in this session, just starting and near in the middle. We are about 45 minutes in. We are going to take a break at about 15, and then there's another hour or so after that. So, in the middle-ish. Anyone here into crochet or croquet? I don't. There's a difference. I can't crochet for shit. I'll get myself a drink. Yes, drinks are kind of important here. They are the most important thing here. It's how we get through the day. Croquet. Or is that croquet? I don't know. That's easy? Yeah. Talking about jobs makes me wonder what job QED has. Burger Flipper, Pixel Delivery Boy comes to mind. I think those might be too hard for him. I don't know. It'd actually be interesting to find out what kind of job he has. I doubt that it's anything in a science-related field. I could see him potentially having a job in something that isn't engineering, but is kind of close to engineering, because I know that a lot of engineering guys kind of go into the sort of the design rabbit hole, and so I could see him, you know, like a plumber or an electrician, right? Not quite an engineer, but has to do sort of engineering things. He might be a crash test dummy, so I could see him doing something like that potentially. But definitely not something where he's got to do like, you know, I don't think anything where one. I don't think he'd be a delivery boy or burger flipper because that requires a little bit more customer servicey skills. Like he's got to be nicer, and he's kind of a dick, so I can't imagine that he would do well with it. I can imagine some sort of construction job where he wouldn't. He'd be kind of educated, because I definitely see a bit of like, I don't think he's a complete idiot, right? Like he's not an idiot. Not that people who flip burgers are idiots. But he's got I think he's got the education to have like a decent job, right? But I also think that he's definitely like somebody said earlier, he's definitely a perfect example of the Dunning-Kruger effect, and I think he's, you know, a lot of people who end up in that Dunning-Kruger effect bit are well educated enough to think that they know more than they should. So I think he's somewhere in that field. Like I said, so not engineering, but like a pseudo engineering, like electrician or some sort of construction job, or something where he kind of builds and sort of builds things. So he's smart enough to do that kind of stuff, or he has the education to do that kind of. I shouldn't say smart. He got, you know, education level. Your job has nothing to do with your education level. Well, you know what I mean. I don't want to be mean to other burger flippers, is what I'm trying to say here. Like there's some smart burger flippers out there. Some of them are just unfortunate enough to not be there, right? I'm trying to be nice to burger flippers. That's what I'm trying to do here. Right? But I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out, I guess. It would actually be very interesting to find out. Graspin' for Reality showed up. I think Graspin' Reality. I forget how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but I saw you show up and I want to say hi. Graspin' Reality, thank you for showing up. I saw you being here. Thank you. Always appreciated. You had left a comment, Graspin' Reality. I'm gonna entirely just derail this show just to ask you personally a question, because I can. You had left a comment in one of my Eric Dubay videos that you would be up for helping me with Eric Dubay video things. I'm going to take you up on that. So I'm going to send you either a a G plus thing message, or a YouTube message fairly soon here, because I am going to take you up on that helping me out with video things. So just keep that in mind, because I did see that, and I will. So there's that. That entirely derailed what I was thinking about. So great, wonderful. We're gonna move on with the video, because that's how the videos are just here for me to hide the fact that I lose track of what I'm saying, and it gives me an excuse to pretend like I'm a professional and know what I'm talking about.
This is very important right here. Make sure that you understand this, because any claims coming from these guys, and we're going to focus on these three for our genre, but any claims coming from these guys aren't scientific.
Because I say so. So he does so Quantum Mary said this is a really funny thing, where he does this, like, you know, indoctrination, dogma, yada 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 thing, right? Like, you know, if you believe in science, you are indoctrinated and stuff, and you don't think for yourself and whatnot. And almost in the same sentence, he pretty much tells you what you should be expecting to be science. Like that's what he does. Is like, this is real science. So listen to the person who's going to tell you what real science is, and it's going to be Quantum Eraser. Don't just actually listen to scientists. No, Quantum Eraser will tell you what real science is. We could do a live thing about flights if you like. All right, I'm going to give you, I will send you a message. I'm not quite at the flight ones. I think I'm getting close. I think the flight ones start at 20, and I'm getting really close to those. And I really am only going to talk about one, and then I'm going to, you know, just not. They're all the same after 20. Like 20 through 100 are all pretty much the same. It's insane. So we will get there though. So, should we? Yes, we'll watch a little bit more because we're getting close to the break. I can tell that we're getting close to break because I need to go use the restroom here pretty soon. Rhetoric Discourse, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't quantum mechanics part of theoretical physics? I don't know. I do not know. It might be. A lot of quantum physics and quantum mechanics is actually very well tested. So Jared says it is. This is not. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I think so because it is, right. And I think Jared kind of hit on something, and you hit on something too. I think because it is part of theoretical physics. And because this is Quantum Eraser, and he's got to do a whole bunch of mental gymnastics just to actually, pretend like what he's saying is true. He's further split up theoretical physics, and you can sort of see it on. And I don't know if you guys can't see my mouse. Theoretical physics is split up into theoretical physics, and then he's got like quotation marks the non-experimental theoretical physics versus experimental theoretical physics, and that's how he's done it. So it's only real science if it's quantum mechanics that falls under the non-experiment or the experimental side of theoretical physics. So it honestly just goes to show you, yeah, quantum mechanics is, I think you're right, Fino, and I think this just goes to show you how he has to reclassify everything to make it fit. So the whole point, and spoiler alert, yeah, and I know that, and Jared's right, because but it's highly supported by actual work that can be explained by other means. Yes. Quantum mechanics is very, very successful. It's a very successful part of science. Like their predictions are true. They are right on the money with most of their stuff. It's really awesome how well established it is. It really is very well established. But this just goes to show you what Quantum Eraser does. And spoiler alert for the rest of this video is that what Quantum Eraser does is that he's trying to create boxes where he can put certain science into it and other sciences in. So he can split up sciences, and he can split up the sciences that he likes, the ones that that don't contradict what he believes. He can stick those in one box, and then he can stick the ones that contradict what he thinks in another box. And then he can say, oh, all of this stuff over here that contradicts what I think, that's not real science. But all this other stuff in this box, that's real science. And so he's trying to box science up like this so that he can pretend to still care about science when he really doesn't. And so that's why he puts this caveat of non-experimental theoretical physics isn't science, but experimental theoretical physics is science. And he does that because even though he'd probably be in agreement with a lot of theoretical physics, there's enough in there that contradict what he already believes that he's just gonna sort of let it all, he's gonna throw it all into the non-science box over here. And I do all of this while I move my arms around and point at fake boxes on my desk that you can't see because, it's a podcast and you can obviously see the things that I do. God, I am terrible at this thing. Experimental crocheting can be hard to reconcile with theoretical crocheting at times, especially on some certain turn stitches. We hope for a grand unifying crochet theory in the next few decades. That's awesome. That is a great comment. You might win comment of the week. If that's a thing that we do, you win it. Sean Carroll, thanks for joining us, Sean Carroll. Thought, though non-experimental eventually is tested experimentally when technology becomes available. It's true. that's how a lot of quantum mechanics sort of became quantum mechanic-y. Is it's a lot of it was non-experimental, theoretical stuff that couldn't be. It took a while to actually get to the point where it was testable. I know that a lot of things like relativity sort of had a lot of those kinds of things. What's the other one? Like the Big Bang Theory, you know, we got more and more evidence for it. It made predictions, right? So the expansion of the universe made predictions like redshift and the background radiation, and those things were predicted by the expansion of the universe, but they weren't actually discovered until a few decades later and all that. So it was a few decades later that it actually, that the evidence for it showed up, even though it was predicted much earlier. So it's not, you know, it's how science works, and it's what makes it work, but it's not real science because it disagrees with Quantum Eraser. Comment of the week is not yet a thing. Scandalous. I know. I don't know why I don't do a comment of the week. I should. I did see what was that thing? Finger crotch. Finger crotches are hilarious. I do love Bob's Burgers. Good reference. Between. All right, so we're gonna watch just a little bit more, and then we'll take our break.
The first 6 pretenders can't get to the first step of the scientific method, so they're gone.
And what is I know I'm asking this like he's gonna answer it right now. What is the first step? It's observe a phenomena without a time machine. That I'm just reading ahead because I don't want to wait for Quantum Eraser to get there. So, according to, and this is God, this is the funniest thing. So according to Quantum Eraser, a phenomenon has a very specific definition. And his very specific definition is that a phenomenon is a verb. It has to be a verb. And it has to be seen. That's it. Like, it has to be a... So you can't, like, see a thing, right? You can't look outside your window and see a tree and observe a tree, because a tree is a noun, so it can't be a phenomenon. Phenomenon can only be verbs. Where he got this idea is beyond me. Even though it doesn't actually match the definitions that are given by universities and other places, right? So, and I'm saying all this. You should go watch my video on this. I do have a video on this somewhere, and maybe I'll stick it in the chat in a bit. I do have a video specifically on this in my channel. But according to Quantum Eraser, it's not a phenomenon unless it's a verb and not a noun. Don't threaten us, right? Yeah. So, what was your decision on your Discord? I may have missed it. I am undecided. Thank you, Alvin, for actually remembering the one good joke of that video. I haven't decided on the Discord thing. I do kind of want to make it open, but I don't get enough people to say either way, so I don't know. So, if there are votes for whether R&D should make his Discord open to the public, you should say something, because I will, because I'm always on Discord. And it's like one of the better ways to get a hold of me if you ever want to. Better than sending me messages on YouTube or comments, because I get a lot of comments in a day. Or Twitters. I also get a lot of Twitters in a day. Well, not that many, but I get enough to not be able to. So, yes, I will open it to the public. I mean public. Oh, goodness. So yeah, spoiler alert on his show. What we are going to do... as a flat earther. Okay, we have enough votes to maybe do that. Please don't send me disturbing shit over Skype. No. I have Geo for that, and that's okay. We don't need more of that. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to find where OBS is. There's OBS. Hello, OBS. We are going to go to our AFK screen for a little bit. like I said, we do have music now that's different than before, but I think I forgot to set up the sound on this one. I can set it up real quick. So we will do that, and we will sit around, and I need to go get myself a new beer, go use the restroom, and then we will be back with more of this nonsense. All right, and we are back. I saw a new thing come by, new person. Hello, Rice Marshall. That's what you're gonna get called. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. What's the link? Oh, that link is to the video that I did on Quantum Eraser on this very subject. And I just realized that link is like a year old. Reese Marshall. Thank you for helping me with that one. So, yes. I did a full video on this very concept. Most hilariously, even if you don't watch the whole thing, do go too close to the very end. And listen to Cathexis sing Phenomenon, which is a great show. Rice. Oh no, I don't want to start a trend when it's okay for me to mispronounce things. I'm not sure how okay it is for everyone else to mispronounce things. I am drunk-ish, and I'm allowed to do these things. What is Q's day job? Who knows? My going theory is that he's like an electrician or some sort of construction worker. That's just me. Phenomenon. Phenomenon. That's more or less what you get. Nightbot, don't be a dick. I was singing that. God damn it, Nightbot. Alright, so we have more Quantum Eraser nonsense to listen to. So we will get to it.
You know, they can't observe a phenomenon without a time machine. And the final three masqueraders, the ones in our genre, astrophysics, astronomy, and cosmology, they can't formulate scientific hypotheses because they lack independent variables. They can't isolate and test.
On the wrong spot. Fuck. Okay, clicked on the right spot. Independent variable. What are we drinking? Are we making a drinking game out of my show? We really should. I don't know. I feel like... So the one that I want to do is, like, drink every time R&D slurs his words. Which will, like, kill all of you. So don't do it. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a second, Nim. I'm going to try not to forget that one. Yes, if anybody can come up with a good R&D drinking game, not for me to drink. I'm not. No, I'm not playing a drinking game while I do this. I will die. But for you all to play, that would be great. Oh, that's. I mean, we could do the Psy Strike method of things, but that seems like way too formal. I like my informal method better. I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm glad that I get to actually be awake for that. Every time R&D says something quotable, drink. That's a good one. That would actually be pretty good. All right. Independent variable. Yes. So they lack time. Nim kind of hit it on the money there. Is that according to Quantum Eraser, time cannot be an independent variable. So Quantum Erasers, and he's probably going to get to it, but you know what? I will probably get derailed and never actually talk about it. Quantum Eraser's definition for independent variable is something that you can manipulate. So you have to be able to manipulate it in order for it to be an independent variable. Since we cannot manipulate time, we can't change time, we can't travel through time, besides forward, like we can't freeze time, we can't go backwards in time. Therefore, time cannot be an independent variable. The same thing is true about things like distance between us and an object, like huge distances, like the distance between the moon and us. That can't be an independent variable because he says so. And this is also, so I say this with the understanding that the only reason that these aren't independent variables is because Quantum Eraser says so. That's it. Like, that's the only reason that they are not independent variables. It's not that you can't use them like independent variables, because you most certainly can use time as an independent variable. You can you can wait for certain events to happen. You can wait for time to pass, right? You can so you can use time as an independent variable, but independent variable John doesn't think so, therefore it isn't. And that's kind of his only explanation. So we got Rhetoric Discourse. Does this fucker not know that the presence of Neptune was predicted by math and the fixes before it was observed? I don't know if that's actually a really great question. There's a lot of things like that, right? Like there's a lot of things that we there's a lot of things that we know, like that we predict would happen. The background radiation in space, the redshift of objects in space, and there's a lot of these things that are predicted before we knew that they were there. Dark matter is probably the biggest prediction right now. One day we will probably find dark matter. What was it? Gravitational waves were predicted, and now we have evidence for them. So there's plenty of times that we have predicted these things from happening, and they have come true because science doesn't give a fuck about your religion. Unlike what quantum eraser thinks. Oh yeah, the God particle. You're right. I mean, there's so much that is predicted by science. That specifically the sciences that quantum eraser thinks are fake sciences. Tiktaalik is one of my favorite examples of evolution making great predictions and stuff. But according to quantum eraser, time can't be an independent variable. Therefore, it isn't. The existence of a neutron was predicted. Yeah, there's so many things, right? So many things that are predicted by science, that have been predicted by science in the past and have come true because we make good predictive models of reality. So, but they're not real according to quantum eraser, because in order for something to be an independent variable, you have to be able to manipulate it. That is the only definition that he will accept for this, for a independent variable. And everyone has questioned him on it, but he doesn't care. I've pointed out to him that, so he does this thing, and he'll do it in a little bit here, where he quotes like universities and stuff to say, like, look, like I'm just doing the exact same thing that universities and other scientists are doing. Like I'm not being a big dumb weirdo here. Like this is all the exact same stuff that other scientists are doing. And he'll quote universities and he'll quote scientists on them, which is fine. Like scientists are kind of the authorities on these things, and that's fine. But then when you find other universities and other scientists that disagree with him, he'll entirely ignore those. So, there's a video on that, and you should go watch it. I think, do I have it? Is it in my clipboard? Let's find out. Bam, it is. Go watch that. Only because I want to pimp myself out some more. Go watch that. I did a whole video on it, specifically on this presentation. And more hilariously, if you watch that, you'll see that he does the exact one. He uses the same exact emphasis on the same syllables in this as he does on that, and it's hilarious. So, hello, Mr. Jed Skeptic Media. Thank you for joining us, and your foxy friend right there. All right, so we will give this just Quantum Eraser has a problem with word salad. Let's be frank, he seems quite punchable when he launches into those rants he does. I want to pimp. Yeah, that still would have, I pimp, yeah, I guess. I guess. All right.
Validate their dependent variables or their predictions.
So, okay, they can't isolate, test, and validate the dependent variables predictions. Except that they have validated their predictions. That's the problem, Mr. Quantum Eraser.
The true sciences are quantum mechanics, genetics, chemistry, biochemistry, and biology.
Because I say so. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed my thumbnail. That was one of the second image that showed up when I did a Google search for Nathan Oakley. So someone's got it out for Nathan Oakley to find that image. Like I did not sit down and like scroll through his videos until I found a good image of of Nathan Oakley. That was pre-made for me, and I was really happy about that. You can both pimp and whore. That's what happens when you pimp yourself out. That is true. I am a what do you call that? I am an entrepreneur of myself. I'm a businessman. What do you think about the Photoshop Oakley picture I sent you earlier? That is a great picture, and I wish I could show it, but I think that might get me banned from the YouTubes. I'll Twitter it. How about that? I will Twitter that picture. I will. Maybe, do I have it on my phone? I will put it on my phone. I think right now-ish, and I will Twitter that picture because that is a wonderful picture that does need to be Twittered. So if you're not following me on Twitter yet, or Geo, you really should, both. But I will Twitter that picture here, and if I can find, there it is. I will download it, and I will do that thing where I hashtag Twitter it. Oh, there, go do that. Are my links working? I know my links weren't working before, so I will let that happen, and Twitter will have that show up here in a little bit. But while I am professional and I am distracted by Twitters rather than actually, doing my show, we will listen to a little bit more of Quantum Eraser.
These are the true guys right here. Now, there's a caveat with this. They don't get out of jail free card. Each claim from any of these must be accompanied by experiment. Must be. If not, if no experiment, then it's codswallop baloney for them also.
I love how you don't actually care that your own fucking, flat earth nonsense and your own creation of nonsense somehow is not, it doesn't have to follow these rules. Like, you can say whatever the hell you want about this stuff, but you don't have to provide any evidence for it. Who doubted he was old? Yeah, he does another one that I couldn't figure out what he meant last time. It took me a while to figure out. He said another kind of old person weird saying, and I can't remember what it was now. No, you disputed its methods of discovery. Never heard of flat earthers dispute the method, but I guess they might. Yeah, I mean, it is entirely possible. It is entirely possible, like, and not that I think that this will happen, right? But it is entirely possible that flat earthers are correct. That somehow the Earth is flat and all that nonsense, right? Like, so, but if it happens, if that happens to be true, I am stopping. I am very terrible about these videos. If that happens to be true, right? If it happens to be true that the Earth is flat earthers aren't right. Would still be wrong. Like, they're not right because of the methods that they use. I know it's a strong word. I just go with my goddamn fucking thought experiment here. So, I know entirely is way too strong of a word. I should. So okay. So, it's possible, potentially, because I am being a skeptic here, right? Like, so. If it happens to be true that the Earth is flat earthers would still be wrong because their methodology to get to their conclusion was wrong. They only happened to come upon the right answer by sheer coincidence. It was never their methodology that got them to that conclusion. It was just a lucky accident. That would be it. Like, that is that, and I think, yeah, that's what there was a reason that I said that sentence, and I can't remember it, but there was a reason. Text by Dunning-Kruger, music by Kruger. Oh, that would be great. Confirmation bias, that's his song and dance. I get it now. I got it. I was late, but I got it. Flat earther method of testing is none. You are correct, Mr. Dark Ninja 45. There is no methodology to them. they're, like I said, if they happen to be correct, they will happen to be correct by sheer circumstance and by nothing else, because they don't test out the things that they are saying. They're simply saying them, and they will happen to be correct. If that, not that I think that will ever happen, but if it ever does come out that the Earth is flat, they would just happen to be correct by sheer accident. Once something is falsified, it is falsified. You are right. So me saying that it is entirely possible is far. It's just it is me, me being far too generous. But I'm trying to be nice, I guess. Blue, roll a 20 should be rare. Oh wait, we have a nerd joke. Oh, Infidahedron. Natural 20s don't happen very often on Infidahedron. I can't pronounce that one. Infinihedron. So yeah. All right, so we'll do a dodecahedron only has 12 sides. Really? What's the 20-sided one called? I thought that was the dodecahedron. Am I really wrong? Have I been wrong this whole time? What's the 20-sided one called? Somebody tell me before I lose it. But while we do that, we will listen to a little bit more and try not to pause every goddamn sentence this idiot says, but we probably will.
The scientific method.
Icosahedron. Okay. I can live with that. Okay. The scientific method. Whatever. Say a thing.
This and this alone. You either follow the scientific method or you don't. If you don't follow the scientific method, then it's not science.
Hey, great. So, flat earthers, you are gone. You don't follow the scientific method. Great. I'm glad we had this conversation, Mr. Quantum Eraser. Too bad you don't follow your own goddamn rules. I know. I don't know. Come on. I don't know why it's a fucking email. I don't know why. It just is.
End of story.
Wait, what? A frinkahedron. Okay.
So bare bones, it has 4 steps. From the University of Rochester Physics Department. Of observation and description of phenomena. Basically, what they do is mirror my highlighted steps up here. Now,
except for all the fucking caveats that you will do, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself because I've fucking done this a billion times and I'm tired of his nonsense. The Earth isn't a phenomenon, therefore flat earthers doesn't follow the scientific method, and it isn't, and it's science debate done. Yeah, no, flat earthers don't. So that's actually something that I've pointed out to Quantum Eraser, is that he can't say that the Earth is flat either. So his whole contention, right? Like the one, and I really wish, but I don't feel like going through all the flat Earth debates that I was in. But in one of the flat Earth debates videos that are out there, if you don't know what flat Earth debates, it was a channel that had debates on a 24-hour basis on flat Earth and stuff. And I used to show up every once in a while. So I am in one of those with, I think it's flat Earth debates. It's either flat Earth debates or Earth discussions. This is the problem. I don't actually know which one I appear in, but in one of those I'm in the chat with Quantum Eraser, and it's the only time that I've ever gotten a chance to speak with him live. And he's just as stupid live as he is in text. If not, actually, he's worse live. He's much more coherent in text. But in that, we brought that up, that he can't possibly say that he's a flat earther at all, because his whole contention about a globe Earth is that you can't test a globe Earth, right? Like you can't ever make the globe be an independent variable because it's not a phenomenon, or because it's not a something. Oh, you can't manipulate it, that's why. Because you can't manipulate the Earth, therefore it can't ever be an independent variable, therefore you can never test out the shape of the Earth, which is stupid. But But if you grant it to him, right? If you say, sure, you can't have the Earth be an independent variable, then you can't come to the conclusion that the Earth is flat. You can't come to the conclusion that the Earth is young, like your creationist nonsense that you want to spew. You can't come to any of these conclusions for the exact same reason that you say that I can't. Because you can't manipulate the flat Earth. So any experiment that you have, like any, you know, laser experiment over a lake or whatever, where the independent variable is the shape of the Earth, you can't actually, that test is invalid because you can't manipulate the shape of the Earth. Of course, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't see the flaws in his own logic. And he refuses to appear on any show that he'll actually be questioned on it, so he'll never actually have any amount of introspectiveness. So there you go. Quantum mirrors. We always go through this: question, investigate, analysis, result, make conclusions. It's very simple. No need to overcomplicate it. With nuclear weapons, you can manipulate the shape of the Earth. That's true. That is true. All right, so we will watch a little bit more of this.
I'm not saying that let's review or analyze data or report results is not important. They're just admin and logistic function.
Okay, whatever.
So it must follow the 4 steps. The scientific method.
Okay, we're gonna do a thing because this shit is boring. Are you guys cool if I skip ahead? Or are you cool if we skip like a good hour ahead, because he dribbles on a lot, and I've heard this same goddamn presentation like a billion times, and I'm not sure I want to listen to more of it right now. So in a regular, yeah, okay. We got a few skips. So. Looks like 1, yeah, but the Earth is roughly pear-shaped. Wanna play back at 2 speeds? I don't know if I can do that. QuickTime, will you allow me to do this? Will you allow me to play this faster? If anybody knows how to do that with QuickTime, I will gladly do it. But I am playing this using QuickTime and not. Oh no, that's the crease size, subtitles, and I am spending like precious show's time actually doing this rather than, you know, trying not to be a dick about it. I don't know if there's a way. If somebody knows how to use it on QuickTime, if somebody knows how to do QuickTime in double speed, I will do it. Otherwise, we're just gonna skip ahead because that's easier for me to do at the moment. Not that I'm opposed to twice as fast, because that's how I usually listen to Quantum Eraser. It's like the only way that I can get through one of his videos. Also, it makes it more hilarious. It's true. I don't know how to do it on QuickTime. That is honestly the only reason that I don't know. I can decrease the size and I can increase the size. I just don't know how to make it go faster. I can even rotate it because that helps somehow. But QuickTime is what I'm using right now. I guess I could open it on VLC, but that would be press right button to rewind this slow movie. Okay. We got some options here. Hold Alt Option key if the key is small bird flying low. And tap the fast forward on QuickTime. It will show. Oh, will it? Okay, we're gonna try this. We will figure this out. So we're gonna do Alt forward.
Just science.
Oh, we can't look at that.
Because of its.
It's twice as fast, but I can't hear him. Are you saying a thing? I think we broke it. I think that worked, and then we broke it. I think it worked for like a second, and then it broke. Oh, is it okay? What broke? What broke? I can't hear anything. I don't know what happened. Oh no! And this is where the show falls apart because I can't hear anything. Oh shit! And then I skip ahead.
Traveling at 500 miles per hour airspeed with both locations roughly the 35th degree north latitude. That is, they're both allegedly spinning at 860 miles an hour. Should be approximately 1.5 hours.
Okay, we have some crazy
toilet water spinning.
Oh, toilet water spinning! I'm okay with this. We can stop here. We will do this thing. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what I did, but I did a thing, and then we got to toilet spinning water, and all of those words together just sound hilarious. So we're gonna talk about that instead. I will if I will try to maybe use VLC next time. QuickTime just is the one that's default on my thingamabob, my Mac, so it gets used. That's the only reason that it gets used more than anything else. So, toilet water is the thing that happened right now.
I mean, this cracks me up. I can go into my bathroom, my sink and my toilet, same room, 3 feet apart from each other.
Go back. Just
my sink.
Obviously, you said something really dumb, and I want to hear it.
The same ones. So the Earth is not spinning, and here's a big one too. Most people don't know what the Coriolis effect is, right? I think the latest one I got was toilet water spinning.
Okay, so, oh, god damn it. Toilet water spinning was a joke. Oh no, my keyboard died. Oh, come on, keyboard, don't die on me. So, the toilet water thing was like a joke made by The Simpsons. It's not actually true. It was a joke. It comes out of a fucking kid show. Not that it's a kid show, but it comes out of a kid show, right? Like, don't fucking take that shit seriously, Quantum Eraser. And maybe then you won't sound like such a fucking idiot all the time. Most people don't know the the Coriolis effect like you, Quantum. Yes, I know. God. It's just... So, let's pretend for a fucking second, right, that 90% of that people genuinely don't understand what the Coriolis effect. And sure, you know, when you try to break it down, people might not be able to understand the Coriolis effect, or it might be too difficult, right? And that's fine. That doesn't make it wrong. Just because most people don't understand a concept does not in any way, shape, or form make that concept wrong. You thinking that it does just shows you how much of a dimwit you are. It really does not matter whether the average Joe understands what the Coriolis effect is or how it works. It still happens. Flat Earth Scam Artist. I never understood paying the price for a Mac and components are a few $100% overpriced versus their PC component. Is the aluminum case really that great? It is that great. I love my aluminum case. My aluminum case is the absolute shit. I don't know. I like my Mac. I had my Mac for I've had for years, almost 10 years now. Almost. We're getting really close to 10 years. And I've never really had to do too much to it, and I love it. And it's just, I love it. It works great for me for what I do, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I also have an iPhone and iPhone thingies, and it works really well with iPhone thingies, so that also helps. So but I understand, yeah. Apple computers are like Beats headphones, you're paying for the name on them. That is also a little bit true. I don't know. I like my Mac. The two computers that I've owned 3 computers throughout my life. One was a gateway PC that had Windows ME on it. So that in and of itself should tell you my experience with Windows. It had Windows ME on it. I used that through most of high school, and it got me through all my paper writing and whatnots, right? Then I went to college. Yes, Gateway was the cow computer. And then I went to college, and my first computer when I got to college was... I guess I've had 4 computers then. My first computer when I went to college was a iBook that I had for 1 year, and the only reason that I had to replace it was because it was stolen. But I had it for a whole year. I had an iBook, and that thing was fantastic. Then I got another iBook that was kind of a fancier iBook that I got with like a Wi-Fi wireless connector built in and stuff, which was like all the rage back then. Before that, you had to have like you had to connect your wireless through a USB port on the outside. Like having it built in was kind of like fucking high end nonsense when I got it. And that computer I had till 2010. I had that same iBook from 2005 to 2010. That sounds about right. Maybe. I don't know. I forgot when I did. No. Yeah. 2005, not to 2010. Somewhere. I had it for years. And then I've had this computer since around 2010-ish. So that's been my computer. And this one's works nice. It runs this thing, right? That has been my computer history. Because I had Windows ME is probably why I hate Windows as much as I do. I do have to use a Windows 10 computer at work now, because I have to be all I have to do notes and stuff like client check-in and stuff, patient notes and all that. So I have to use a Windows computer at work, and I'm getting a little bit more used to it. It's not as awful as I remember Windows to be. But it's okay. I will give it an okay. There was other questions in there, but I kind of lost it on the thing. There was an actual like legit question in here. Yes, it was the cow computer stuff. Okay, so ignoring all the computer stuff, we will go on to a little bit more Quantum Eraser, talking about toilet bowls.
I mean, this cracks me up. I can go into my bathroom, my sink and my toilet, same room, 3 feet apart from each other. My sink spins from left to right, facing the same direction. My toilet spins from right to left.
Oh my goodness! You have disproved the fucking Simpsons! Clap for fucking Quantum Eraser, who has disproved a fucking cartoon. Way to go. Oh, you were fucking pathetic. Like, if you're going to bother to take on the grand task of dismantling the globe Earth conspiracy, right? If you're going to take on this grand task, and you're going to try to take on the established science that has been established for fucking ever and a half, you are going to have to do better than fucking toilets. You are going to have to do better than a cartoon. You can't just sit around. You can't just sit around and debunk a cartoon and think that you are somehow smarter than the rest of us for debunking our cartoon. Smart Every Day did an actual experiment to show the Coriolis does affect draining water. I would love to see that. I would love to see that one, Jared. That would actually be kind of cool. So yes, I just no.
Are they separated by an equator or something? See, it's ridiculous stuff like this. But let's get into it. Let's get to what is the Coriolis effect. For the Coriolis effect to exist, you must have, that is, the necessary condition, 2 differing frames of reference, 1 rotating coordinate system or non-inertial, the Earth, and 1 non-rotating coordinate system, inertial, the atmosphere, and everything in it. So, from Seagar, Douglas, Introduction to Ocean Sciences. This is college level textbook, folks.
I don't even know. I don't even want to listen to him, so we might read ahead. Because freely moving objects are not carried with the Earth as it rotates. What? Okay, we're not. Maybe we should let him read because I can't read that. We can't skip. I mean, he's gonna be stupid about everything. Honestly.
So the Coriolis effect. When
now that I look at his bookmarks, I'm really disappointed that porn isn't bookmarked. That would have made it nice.
Set in motion, freely moving objects, including air and water masses, move in straight paths while the Earth continues to what? Rotate independently. Because
we got a thing. Oh, we got a video that's gonna get opened in a new tab, and then we're not gonna watch it. If I can find my tabs. Tab, don't play that. Don't play that. We'll save it for later. No, save it for later. All right. We'll save that one for later. We'll give it a watch. Thank you. I'm familiar with this expert. As for the chapters he refers to, there is no single citation in that book. Oh, are you okay? Cool. Wait. Yeah, I know. I actually watching the video that you sent me is probably far more interesting, Jared, than listening to this, and we might and I might watch that to get over what I just watched, because this is awful. Don't play that porn. We'll save it for later. Okay, so I don't know what he's talking about. So person who said this, Terman, are his citations wrong? Is that what you're saying, or is he just making shit up? That'd be interesting. Did you see Sean's latest video from yesterday? I have not. I've been a little busy. I don't get to. I get to. Like, there's so many YouTubers that I follow that I don't always get to watch everybody's stuff. Can someone tell me if Sean Hufford really is transgender, or is it that mullet? Sean Hufford is a dude. He's a very doodly dude. But he's got a glandular problem. Literally a glandular problem. Like, not making that shit up. He's got a glandular problem, which is why he has lady bits. Or, not really lady bits. He's got manly bits that look like lady bits. So he's got extra fat in his breasts. And so he's got a fairly big rack on him. But he's a dude. He's the doodliest dude you will ever meet. He's got, yeah. He's not. I don't know. Not that being transgender makes you less of a whatever, but you know, he's got medical issues. That's all. He's not shy about talking about them at all. So you know, feel free to ask him about it more than me. But he's a doodly dude. Rhetoric Discourse. If QA's Coriolis nonsense is affecting your mental health, even making you depressed, don't torture yourself, man. Everything that he says makes me depressed, though. That is like the hobby that I have chosen, is to sit around and listen to people that make me depressed. Oh, it's not flat? I thought it was flat. It's actually glands. Oh, okay. I see. Again, I shouldn't be talking about it. So yeah, ask Sean about it, but it's a glandular problem. It's not a transgender thing. He's a dude. Okay. Teach me how to spin supersonically. I live 52 degrees north. How? Oh, how? Flat immaculate contraption. How are you? Thank you for joining us. I don't know what your question is. Ask it in a way that's not so silly, and I might be able to answer it. But in the way that you asked it, I don't know what you're actually asking. Like, I really don't know what you're actually asking. Are you talking about, like, the fact that... So I don't know. Oh, okay. You are okay. I see what you say. Thank you, Fino. Um, we don't measure rotations in miles per hour. We're gonna start there. Like we don't at all measure rotations in miles per hour. We measure them in rotations per whatever, right? Like RPMs, RPDs, which is what Fino's saying. Um, Even in RPMs, which is kind of the typical way that we measure rotations, like in your car, like you know how you have an RPM meter in your car that measures how fast your engine is turning. And so if we measure in rotations per minute, the Earth is spinning incredibly slow. No, rotations are measured in hertz. I'm not listening to you, Geo. Earth has roughly a zero point 0 RPM. Is it? That seems really fast. Are you sure? Because that would mean we get one rotation every 4 minutes. Hello. I don't think you can math well. I'm gonna correct you there, hello. Because if we rotate once a day, right? Once per day, that means that we are rotating 0.041 rotations per hour, which means we are rotating 0.00069 rotations per minute, which I think is closer to correct. Hello, I think so. I think, and I just did that on my calculator, and I'm probably wrong. Okay, thank you. GeoStrubber is backing me up on that one, so I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, I one of these days, and I will do it. If I eventually stop being a lazy ass, because I have a clock set aside on my Amazon list, like an analog clock, and I'm gonna stick a styrofoam ball on top of it, connected to the hour hand, and that'll spin at twice the speed as the Earth. And then I'm gonna, put some lines on the ball and whatnots, and we're gonna time lapse how fast that rotates, and you'll see that it's really fucking slow, and that's like twice the speed. That's twice the speed as the Earth. So yeah, an hour hand on a clock is twice as fast as the Earth spinning, and that takes 12 hours to make a whole rotation. So, there you go. You had other questions, and things are moving quickly in the chat. So, relative resistance are the so-called poles. I mean, the pole, if you were to find the pole, like where it's actually at, it's not really doing any rotations per hour or per minute. But I mean, that's a point on a sphere, or it's rotating once. No, even a point would be. Yeah, even a point would be rotating. Just I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking about that one. Hit the pole, win the price. Poles do not move relative to the equator. Nick. My name's not Nick, but nice to meet you. The poles do not move relative to the equator. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't. Your questions are weird. I don't know how to answer them. They don't make sense. I'm sorry to say that. Like, they genuinely don't really make sense. I don't know if you know that you're asking weird questions that aren't really answerable. Poles do not move relative to the equator. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let my chat deal with you, because I don't know how to answer it myself. Also, I'm like several things. The Earth rotates at roughly 0. Yeah, I think that's what we got to. Degrees every minute. Wake up 0 versus. Okay, flat immaculate contraption. We do not measure rotations in miles per hour. That is a very stupid way to measure rotation. No one, absolutely no one, besides flat earthers, measure rotations in miles per hour. That is like measuring time in ounces. No one does that because it's a very silly way of measuring things. It's a very, very silly way of measuring rotations, is through miles per hour. It does not match. It does not actually work with what you're trying. Rotations are measured in rotations per time. That's it. Like, that's how we measure rotations, in a measurement, rotations per time. Like, or degrees per hour would also work, right? Like, the amount of, how many degrees happen per hour, or how many degrees you turn per hour, or per minute, but you can't measure it in miles per hour. And as people are pointing out to you in the chat, miles per hour is linear, and rotations are, by definition, not linear. Oh, thank you. Rotational velocity would be the term. Thank you. Also, yes, you can stop using caps. No one's gonna jump down your throat here. I mean, except for me, but I'm the host. You can mute me. But you're not measuring things the way that you're supposed to measure things. Because the Earth is rotating around its axis, and because the axis is running through the North and South Pole, you won't be moving around something else on the Earth when you are on the poles. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Okay. We will watch just a little bit more of this. Mr. Flat Immaculate Contraption. If you would like to participate more in this, besides being here, besides having your caps lock on in the chat, you are more than welcome to send me a message on YouTube, and I will have you on as a guest to talk about what you're saying, or probably better, because Geo is a much nicer person than I am, you can talk to Geo Streber, who will have you on his channel to talk about this. So, yeah, Geo, share your channel, whatever's, and he will have you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. That's probably like it. I do jump down. I'm an asshole, so don't, if you're willing to deal with an asshole, you can come on my show. If you're willing to deal with someone much nicer, Geo is kind of your guy. All right, we'll watch just a little bit before the end of the show.
Because freely moving objects are not carried with the Earth as it rotates, they are subject to an apparent deflection. Very important point right there. Apparent deflection, called the Coriolis effect. To an observer rotating with the Earth, freely moving objects that travel in straight paths or straight lines appear to travel in curved paths on the Earth. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to...
Oh God, you got to do a thing, and I don't want to listen to it. Right, listener or not, we're all first and foremost assholes. That's what. Oh, that's true. And you also don't have to. And I would strongly suggest that you not use capital letters, because, what's his face? Nightbot's a bit of a dick. So. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually, well, I guess we're probably past the stopping point on Nightbot. Yeah, we're way past the top. Nightbot isn't here anymore. We killed Nightbot. We killed Nightbot, everybody. Nightbot is dead. Okay, we are going